welcome to Rugby 100 Club. I'm your host, Matt Courtright, and today visiting is Paul Bird from Chicago. Paul, thanks for joining me, sir.
Not a problem, bud. I'm so excited for the season to start and the show on the road.
Love it. Let's go. Tell me, what is your season preview, bro?
Well, first off, I want to start with just the fact that the MLR is 26 days away, March 28th. I don't know when we're dropping this episode, but currently, as we live stream it, or as we record it, 26 days till the season. I couldn't be more excited. I know the Hounds don't play opening weekend, as I am clearly a Hounds fan, but 26 days until we get live rugby, and even shorter amount of time for preseason rugby, which I don't know when that starts, but whenever that starts, it starts. Very excited for the 6-team league. I know a lot of people are looking at it in a negative way, but I choose to look at it in a positive way, as I'm usually a positive person. I know 6 teams means quality will be better, or should be better at the very least. Games should be tighter. Playoffs should be tighter. Playoff games should be tighter. Nobody knows who's going to win the championship. Nobody knows who's going to make the playoffs. Nobody knows what's going to happen with any of these things. Every team's changed. Variables have changed. Players have retired. Players have signed from those teams. Like the Houston SaberCats, they made it to the championship game, and they lost all of their players because they folded. Now 6 teams get to pick those players. That's awesome for the league. It's not great for the fact that we lose a team, but it's great for the 6 teams that we still have standing.
Agreed, man. Yeah, no, was talking to a couple fans of the Houston SaberCats over the weekend, actually, and it's heartbreaking, man. You don't want to talk. I don't want to bring it up because at the same time, it's like their feelings are hurt, but still want to keep them in the group in case they, want to latch onto another team, or if they want to come up to Seattle or meet us anywhere to go see a game.
Or if they just come back. Who knows, next year, 2 years after the league succeeds for the next couple of years, these teams can always reappear. It's not over for them necessarily. It's currently on delay, but it's not over. So,
yeah, I'm really curious to see if NOLA Gold comes back, as they talked about, like taking the year off and coming back with the stadium changed location and upgrades. Curious to see if that's being executed or if that was a wish and didn't get fulfilled. Never will know, until it happens.
We hope so. We hope they return.
Yeah.
Love those jerseys. Purple and gold is always one of my favorite color combinations. There's not many better.
I have a lot of friends around here from UW that agree with that statement. So tell me about your season previews, my man. What do you think?
Very excited for the season, like I was saying. The Hounds, they can be really good. They were really good last year. The Free Jacks, obviously. Hopefully they don't win again, but we'll see what happens. They're going to be really good. Every team is going to be really good. So that's the thing. Once the playoffs start, it's winner take all, and any team can do it. The Anthem can do it. The Legion can do it. Legion has 2 teams that combined together, and they became one team. The Hounds were really good last year. They lost every team lost a couple of pieces, so I can't really make excuses. But Dylan Fawcett retiring.
I think last year's roster was 36. I think last year's roster was 36, and I think this year's roster is 32.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know we were cutting. I know we changed the amount of players.
Mm-hmm. The American side is up too, of course, because we had that adjustment where with internationals going down in count.
That could be a good thing too, especially for the American game. Just having more American spots, more domestic spots. That way we get the game more popular here. I know I don't know how popular the sport is in majority of the country, but I know there's a lot of Chicago youth kids playing. I know when I went to Rhode Island for the championship and Boston for the championship, rugby, it's so cool how much rugby has grown, because I didn't even know this was a thing last year. I was going to roughly this time last year. I don't know when the season started, but I was going to my first ever Chicago Hounds game. I was going to my first ever MLR game. I didn't know the MLR existed 13 months ago.
Unreal.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's hopefully going to grow. Hopefully we will grow with it. Sorry. can't really speak sometimes, especially as excited as I am. 26 days. Oh man, I can't wait.
What drew you into going to a rugby game?
So my sister-in-law, long story, I'll try to kind of shorten it because it's a really long story, but I'd rather not go the full story. My sister-in-law started dating my brother, and when we first met, we met at my brother's baseball game. I love baseball, big baseball guy. She introduced me to rugby, Australian rugby, because she's from Australia, or she grew up in Australia. And so when she came to my brother's baseball game, instead of watching baseball, which is what I wanted to do, she wanted to just tackle each other. And I didn't know what the heck we were doing, but we were tackling each other. And I was, 12, 13 or so years old. So I was a small little dude. And we were just tackling each other. And she shortly after introduced rugby to me. And I'm like, dude, this is awesome. It's football, but it's not, it's consecutive football. You don't stop for 40 seconds and then start again for 10 seconds and then stop again for 40, start again for 10. It's just 40 straight minutes of hitting each other. And what's better than hitting men, women hitting women? I don't know if there's anything better.
Yeah.
So I very quickly loved the game. I'd watch Olympic rugby because that's all I really knew how to access. I didn't know how to find the NRL, or I didn't know there were two different rugby leagues, rugby league and rugby union. I didn't know anything about rugby when I first found it. And so I'd be watching Olympic rugby, 7s, 15s, and shortly after, enjoyed it, loved it. And 12 years later, 13 years later, I found out that the Chicago Hounds existed, which was last year, obviously. My buddy posted a Snapchat at the Chicago Hounds party, their preseason. I don't really know what they called it, but they had some sort of preseason party. And he just posted on Snapchat about it. I asked where he was and how much fun he was having because it looked incredible. And he was with these grown, burly men that looked twice my size. And my buddy Tommy told me that, hey, the Chicago Hounds, MLR, Major League Rugby, it's a thing. And so the very next day, I had inquired about season tickets. I quickly hooked up with my season ticket holder rep, bought 2 for myself and my wife. Didn't even look at I looked at the prices, but didn't really care about the prices. Prices didn't matter to me.
They're affordable as can be.
And then I told my brother that the Hounds existed and the MLR existed, and he had no idea. And so he told his wife. And so obviously she was a big NRL fan. She didn't like the idea of watching a different type of rugby. I think we play league.
You play union.
We play union, and the NRL is league. And so she didn't like the idea of going to a union game, but she was like, screw it, let's see what happens. She missed rugby. And she loved it. We all loved it. After our first game, we went from having 2 season tickets in the family to about 9 or 10.
So awesome.
And then we also
I didn't see that coming. That's good.
We also went from season 1 to season 2. We have 16 season tickets in the family now. I have 2 for myself.
So cool, man.
I have 2 for myself and my wife, and I actually have 5 additional youth tickets just because I honestly don't know why. But go rugby.
Yeah, you know what? Totally love that. Jen and I, my queen and I have been guilty as too. Like having extra tickets, always helping with like local rugby. So I would get some players to just fill the seats every game. Put them. I bought some in some different areas so they'd have to like mingle with other people.
Sure.
But the cool thing is, until you're in those seats, you don't realize how great the people are around you until you're there and you're like start talking rugby and they're just everybody's best buds for the game at least.
Dude, that's another thing. I went to the first game and I completely glossed over the fact that like time of my life type of game. It was I don't remember who we played. I know
it doesn't matter.
It's back when I was still drinking. I don't currently drink. I plan on drinking again after June 22nd when the Hounds win the championship. Little bit of a preview there. Little bit of a what do they call it? When you spoil a movie, spoiler. The Hounds win the 2026 championship. So Chicago fans be excited. But the first game that I went to, we tailgated. I made burgers. I got obliterated. I got so drunk. It was awesome. And that's why that's the original why murder started. I screamed murder because I was drunk and watching a rugby game. and I just wanted to see somebody just destroy somebody. And so I was just screaming murder. And yeah, that's the origin of Murder Guy. And that's a sneak peek for the 2026 Hounds Championship.
So good. So good. And I'm not against any of that. As funny as that is, even though I help represent Seattle fans. Oh man, no. Seattle's going to be fierce too, so I'm super geeked out about that.
They,
But
like I said, they all will be. It's gonna be
yeah,
unreal how good the quality of rugby it is this year.
I want Anthem to get some W's under their belt. You know, real talk. I want them to like compete, be present. They've been playing with each other. They all had a meet and greet, I want to say, over the weekend, is what I heard.
Okay.
So they're already, getting together and seeing each other and familiarizing, again. A lot of them have already played, as we both know.
If I'm not mistaken, they have 10 returning players.
Yeah, and of course,
And
just
then they
like
have 12 players who have played with the American national squad, which means that's a lot of chemistry built right there. You play together during the Eagle game. Sure, you get your butts kicked because America didn't stand a chance against just about anybody. But the thing is, they played together. They lost together. They know how it feels to lose together. They know how to play together. Knowing how to play together is half the battle in rugby. Rugby, game
yeah.
one, whoever knows whoever has better chemistry, I can almost guarantee will win game one.
I wonder. So little background. I'm kind of wondering. You think Anthem will be in Charlotte next year?
What do you mean by that?
I wonder
You
if
think
they'll
they're
move.
moving?
I wonder if they'll move.
Why would they do that? Where would they go to?
I don't know. That's a good
Matt,
question.
do you know something we don't
All
know?
these reasons and like all this logic. I wonder what would happen.
It could be very interesting. Could
Well,
be,
I'm
but we'll
really
see what
curious.
happens.
We're gonna travel out there April 11th for the April 12th game. Seattle plays Anthem.
Nice.
We're excited. I mean, granted, I love traveling with the Seawolves in general, but we have 7 returning players, so I'll be excited to see those guys. Well, 9 now that they just acknowledged that Boyer's coming back. Uh, so 8 returning players. I'm curious to see some of the new guys because obviously, Lerome White's coming back. He hasn't been with Seattle since 2018, if I recall correctly. So that'll be fun. So that's like number 9 to the group that's played for the
8.5.
Seawolves before. Yeah, so not terrible. Got a bunch of buddies, and then Anthem has 5 players that we're familiar with, a couple pre-Seawolves and a couple other hooligans.
Sure.
So that'll be exciting to see them just battle royale and get after it. I can't wait to see them beat each other up on the pitch. It's going to be great. Yeah, and then get to hang out with some of the parents because I'm that old, right? So like that's the age gap between you and I is I'm the same age as most of the parents, and you're about the same age as most of the players. So between us, we
Yeah.
share some fun perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. So let's okay, so we got an event coming up. Let's talk about Tennessee and the it's like the Music City Showdown, right?
And wait to see the
Man,
Hounds crush the Free Jacks. Oh man, it's gonna be a great time.
heck
Flying
yeah.
in on I think I'm flying in Friday night, Friday evening, whatever you want to call it, and then Saturday. Definitely gonna hit up the Bash. Yeah, that.
The Cashville Clash.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Hammerschmidt and I'll be putting it on and it'll be great. It'll be great. We can't wait. We taking over that pub. I got the hookup from Ray Keene, which is Carl Keene's dad. Carl Keene plays scrum half for Anthem. Used to be a Seawolf. Yeah, got the connections through him. I want to plug him because he didn't have to do that. It was nice of him to do that. And Miha owns the pub, and he was happier. It was an easy conversation to request the pub for the evening. He already helps with rugby and soccer, aka football, around that area, and already contributes like 9% of his profits to those clubs, to Nashville clubs. So we're already supporting a business in the Nashville area that supports rugby. It seemed like a good fit, peanut butter jelly, so to speak, or I don't know, smashed peas and fish and chips. I don't know, but whatever, we're going to have Rob representing the Rugby Rant podcast show. He'll be up on stage live, and I'll be in the crowd asking people questions if we don't put them up on stage, at least moving around and keeping people, involved, and maybe some people in the crowd have some curious questions to ask some. Maybe Mags will show up and put himself out there, and people can ask some questions his direction that are positive and inviting. Simple stuff like that. Should be a great time. It'll be hard not to, you're going to be there. I'm going to be there.
Heck yeah, I am. And we're going to have a great time. I can tell you that right now, 100%. I won't be drinking, but it'll be a phenomenal
Exactly.
time.
You can have my shot of Malort that night.
Yeah, I love Malort.
You know what? You can have mine. I'm just that kind of a giver,
What a guy. You're so sweet.
So, yeah, no, that'll be a blast. And I can't wait for the showdown. Oh, my gosh, man.
Oh, yeah.
The Free Jacks in Chicago, I think, was one of the best games last season. Let's be honest. The televisions turned off as they're kicking the last conversion through the uprights. It was a conversion. Am I wrong?
It was not. It was a penalty kick.
Penalty kick? Oh, my apologies.
From like 40 meters out, I'd say 30 meters out. Yeah, right along the sideline. And Chris, I love Chris Hilsenbeck, but yeah, he brought back the doink. The Bears did it in 2019, and then the Hounds had to follow suit. And I'll tell you what, it was felt all around the world. I was in Poland for a wedding. I was however many miles away that is, probably 2,000 or so, maybe more. And I was heartbroken out there. If I was in the parking lot of a wedding event, my cousin's wedding, and I couldn't go inside because the game was on, and I couldn't get reception from the inside. It was kind of annoying because it was raining and cold, but I forgot about that part. Then yeah, the screen went black, and then they said that it hit the upright, and I fully expected the commentator to say hit the upright and went in, and then he said, and they lost. Just
oof, brutal. Redemption should be fun. Chicago's going to be hungry. They're going to come hungry. Free Jacks are going to come hungry because they're like, this is ours. We earned it. We did it 3 years in a row. I mean, they're going to come with some steam, as they should. It'll be entertaining as the day is long. I can't wait. Yeah.
Does the just a speculative question, does the Nash Bash mean we're looking at getting a team in Nashville? Because that'd be cool.
That's always the goal, right? Honestly, I think the Midwest in general need more teams, and I mean pro teams, of course.
Yes,
we need more pro teams all the way around, but we got to make sure we got everybody playing nice in the sandbox. Apparently, so yeah, you just can't pick up your toys and go to a different sandbox. Let's figure out how we can do this together, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But hopefully, that's something that ownership and the league can, touch on and explain their tactics and see, a better, how is it going to be better that aren't working and can burn money. And then there's some stuff that will work that spends less money because they don't have NFL or NBA or any of that kind of funding. So they have to play chess. They have to think about what their moves are going to be and when to send it and when to hold back,
They have to be a couple years ahead, unfortunately. They've got to always be thinking future. They can't currently think present, or else that's a suicide note kind of thing.
Right. It's discouraging, to say the least.
I also want to throw in the fact that I don't know what time of year the season has started in previous seasons. I can only go as far back as last year because that was my first year. The season started in, February, I think, last year?
Yeah.
It was cold in Chicago. I don't know how Seattle was. I'm sure it was cold out there too.
Dude.
And it was cold in Quincy, probably. It was cold in probably 80% of the host cities. Utah, it was cold, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, It's going to be much nicer weather this season, which is going to hopefully bring out more fans, because 60, 70 degrees is much better than 25, 30, especially when you've got kids. Because my nephews, they'd go to games and they'd be kind of miserable. Like, they'd be having a good time, but they'd be kind of miserable because it was just so dang cold. And it'd be
Yeah.
rainy with that ice rain, not just rain. It was like that sleet stuff, and that doesn't help. So it's harder to go as a family. Like you touched, Saturdays are for rugby. Saturdays are rugby days. We play rugby, or I play rugby on Saturdays with my boys. They'll be much more available on Sundays because they don't play rugby on Sundays.
Yeah, it makes sense, and it's just a positive direction. So excited about that. Super excited about that. Plus Saturdays, if anybody's in town for all the home games in Seattle, we're running a bus through Seattle. So we go pick people up at their hotel and
That's
beat
cool.
feet downtown and see some scenery and see some, pubs or restaurants they wish to see and fill their bellies, and they're just keep on putting along. So it's
All
going
right,
to be
Hounds
a
fans, let's go to
blast.
Seattle.
Yeah, come on, guys, get your butts out here. Let's go.
They'll come to our
Yeah,
games if we go to their games. Just going to put it that way.
yeah. I know I'll be out there in May. I'll definitely be out there for the championship.
Heck yeah.
So
I'll host you for a good tailgate for both events.
that'll be fun. And
You'll
then
be
we
fed
get to
well.
see each
You'll have
other
plenty
in
to drink.
Tennessee to start it all off. So that'll be awesome.
Yes.
I get to see the Hounds 2 weeks in a row, but I get to see them in Tennessee, and then I get to see them at home.
Oh, that's cool. Because
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, it'll be a Sunday and a Friday match, so it's going to be like a really short week.
Oh, that's awesome. That timing is
Yeah.
fantastic. I'd love to.
Yeah.
I'd love to do both, but having a baby coming on the way is going to be.
Oh
It'll be a
yeah.
little bit harder for me to do that.
See, my quote unquote baby is 27 years old, so I don't have to worry about wiping no diapers.
Fair enough.
Legion.
Who knows, man? They can be really good. They can be really good. I know a lot of Legion fans are like, "Oh no, San Diego doesn't have a team anymore. Oh no, California or RFCLA doesn't have a team anymore." But guess what? You now have 2 teams combined. That's could be a very good team. Very good for the quality of your team. Granted,
I'm really glad that they brought on the shield that San Diego had as their logo.
Yes,
Because the crayon box and the basic font for
and the awful team name.
LA.
No offense, LA.
Lack thereof, right? And then their symbol looking like the tip of a penis is just ridiculous. So, I mean, nobody thought that was a good idea. Acorns of all things, please, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Nobody had anything good to say about it. I don't even know that the fans. As a matter of fact, I know the fans. Josh Shibata was on the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, nobody took to that."
And then the cohort. You can't get rid of they're the cohort, right?
Yeah, you're right. Cohort.
You can't get rid of the cohort.
Like, LA needs to reach out to the cohort, to Marcus Holt or Sean Richards, and communicate to them that they plan on keeping the cohort involved with the team, if they are or not. Just pick, because they have we're 4. How many days till the kickoff, bro? You just said it,
26.
Right?
Can't wait.
I mean, Legion's going to be tough. The players have a consistency of the same place to play practice, but then at least the last time I saw the schedule, and I could be off because it's probably changed, but it looked it appeared that every game was going to feel like an away game because they're all in different locations.
That is a good point. And that is unfortunate, but guess what? Those players are going to come out with a lot more to prove, a lot more to get off their backs to just dominate. And if they do dominate, who knows? I think they will. I really do. I think the Legion are going to be they're two good teams combined. I don't remember how well the RFCLA finished, but they weren't bad. And then the Legion, they did finish badly, but I believe they were quite injured last season. So combine those 2 teams, in a 6-team league, that's a championship caliber team, man.
They have some excellent players, as we know. Like, that is, like you said earlier, the good part about going down to 6 teams, like, the Legion, is you now have an absolute plethora of quality players.
Exactly.
That you got more options you can fill. So, like, now you have to play chess and go, like, all right, who's available and who can I, set the hook with, I guess. I don't know.
They were probably having to cut. They were probably having to cut like really good players that deserve jobs in the league. But when you have 2 teams combining it together, you kind of have to cut a couple of guys because that's 40-something dudes.
Yeah, there's a lot of a lot of retirements this season. But
Yeah,
that's
that
part of
too.
life too. Is some guys are getting to the age where they're like, I need to do something more or something else because I'm just getting long in the tooth, so to speak.
As a Hounds fan, I know to change the subject a little bit, but Dylan
No, go
Fawcett's
for
going to
it.
be he's going to be a hard one to miss. The Butcher
Yeah,
is going to be really tough to not have this season. I know we have other capable hookers. Zabierik's good, and then I know we signed one or two, but losing Fawcett, that's a captain, that's a leader. He isn't necessary. I don't know if he was the captain, but he was one of the leaders on the team. He was a great face to have on the team and a great dude, which is the best part.
yeah, he's a staple. He always has been. He's, yeah. I remember when Harris brought him on. Man, like yeah, it was a great decision to make. That guy's as well as he was over in New York, not doing anything anyways. Might as well bring him over.
Yeah,
Yeah, good guy. Seems to have a great reputation.
give him a call.
I know. Let's dial him up right now. Hey, buddy. Hey, what are you doing? How funny would that be if we just randomly
Can we get a player at the
pause,
Nash Bash? Let's get him to get to the Nash Bash.
right? I was going to ask if you had any idea if he was sticking around or not. Is what I was curious to know because is he staying in Chicago to stay present, or where is he moving? I'm kind of curious now
I
that you mentioned
currently
it.
don't know. I know
Yeah,
he is I don't know what the right word for it is, but he was commenting on Hounds Rugby Instagram posts. Charlie Abel was doing some bench reps this morning. He benched, I want to say it was 365, which is just stupid. I benched
that's
225 and I'm
incredible.
exhausted. 365 is nuts. But Fawcett commented saying that Charlie Abel was about to have his best season yet. He's in the best shape of his life. I don't know if that means that maybe he's part of the training staff, Fawcett himself, but it does mean that he's in some sort of connection with the team, and that's always a good thing because at least maybe the players can give him, maybe he can give the players a little bit of advice, encouragement, that kind of stuff if the Hounds don't do so well.
But we're going to fly over to the Charlotte game on the 11th, and then
Okay,
we're going to take that all in, and then on the 13th, which
dude,
is a
that's
Monday, we're going
awesome.
to coat over to the Bourbon Trail because we've never been.
That is
Never been to
awesome.
Nashville. Yeah, thank you. So we're
Have
going to
fun,
stay a
dude.
couple nights in the Bourbon Trail. Nothing crazy, but the money was the idea was: do we burn our money going home and then getting tickets to go back to Nashville, or do we spend that money staying in a couple hotels and experiencing the lay of the land that we've never been? So that's what we decided to do because it would have been like fly home on a Monday and come back on a Friday or a Thursday rather. And so it'd be pointless to go home for 3 days.
Yeah,
Granted, everybody's going to make their checks and their incomes, but like if you can plan ahead, why not? Right. So
I think you definitely made the right decision. Nashville,
yeah,
Tennessee's awesome. I've been once for a couple of
have you?
days. Great time.
Looking forward to it. We're going to meet up with the Falcons on Thursday, explore the town on those 2 days. Saturday, we'll have the podcast and a whole lot of festivities and yeah, I mean, and then the game, and then go home and probably need to take a long nap
A
afterwards.
very
Jeez,
long nap
dude.
after that.
Woo! Man, I'm gonna
You
need a
won't have a
vacation from my
voice. You won't
vacation.
have legs.
Yeah, because then I got the Friday after that, and we got the Chicago Hounds coming into town. So, we
That's
get to see
awesome.
them 2 weeks in a row. I'm excited, man.
That is awesome. Have
Yeah,
a
that's a lot of
blast.
flying for the boys. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
yeah, that should be a great time for everybody, for you, for sure. For the team should have a great time too.
Yeah, dude. But they're keeping them disciplined. They can't have the boys going on the loose. So I believe the Hounds show up the night before. I want to
So
say the
Saturday
night.
night.
Yeah, I want to say Saturday night, and so they'll be under lock and key as we both know, and then fly out after the game on
Awesome.
Sunday. So they won't be able
After a
to go.
big W, after a big
That's the
victory.
goal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. After a W, and they're not going out on the piss. They're going home.
Yes,
So
unfortunately, but
no, my heart hurts for him. I wish they could.
and
Yeah.
then they're going to Seattle to see their buddy Michael Hand and play against them.
And that's who was telling me that they weren't able to go out on the piss because Mike Pago and I did an assembly for school last week, and we went out to lunch afterwards. And he was telling me his perspective of I was so jealous at that point where I'm like, they get to go out in Nashville, and oh man, and then he's like, and then they told me they got to come home that night, and so I was happy that they could go out and have fun. I was like, oh, he's just jealous.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Who wouldn't be, But yeah,
Especially in Nashville, because Nashville is one of the best party towns in America. Nashville's got gorgeous sights, great breweries. If you like whiskey, great food. You can't go wrong with Nashville.
Yeah, excited about it. Excited. Well, Paul, thanks for spending your time with me, dude. Great time as always. And can't wait to make this a more regular thing, my man. No, thanks for putting yourself out there. Not everybody's willing to do it, and not everybody can do it. And that's okay, because I have more time for us. All right, Paul, have a good one. Enjoy your afternoon, brother.
Yes, sir. You too, bud.
All right, bye.
Bye. Bye.
Love rugby? So does Matt. He is host of the Rugby 100 Club podcast, where Major League Rugby stars tell their stories. But it's more than a podcast, it's a passport. Rugby 100 Club builds epic fan trips to follow your team on the road. Game day tickets? Included. Tailgates and fan meetups? You bet. Unforgettable memories every single time. Rugby 100 Club, where fandom meets the road.
Easy.